Good evening. This is Wolfgang Kshatriya, and I wish to give you my thoughts, my feelings about the current situation that humanity finds itself in as we speak. All our lives have been affected by a virus, COVID-19, as it seems. And an incredible amount of attention has been focused for months on end via political statements, via medical statements, via media dispensations. And we have been shaken to the core, most of us, with more or less fear, with more or less confusion, with more or less helplessness. And we have embraced measures that have been dictated to us by those who claim to know more than others. And yet experts have given different opinions on this topic. Pro and con masks, pro and con shutdowns, pro and con vaccinations. We are facing very dangerous times filled with civil unrest, distrust, the emergence of new racial spasms. Unemployment on a massive scale as a result of the shutdown of our economies. And yes, the closure of our churches and temples, and we have allowed to give up self-confidence, many of us. There are people that aggressively want to take advantage of the crisis, of the fear, economic advantage, political advantage. There are individuals who are power hungry and want to exploit this power vacuum from lack of self-empowerment. There are people who have many years ago premeditated this current crisis. There are people who have implemented strategies around agendas formulated years prior to the outbreak of COVID-19. I'm not going to name anyone in particular. Those who follow adharmic, meaning path of unrighteousness, know in their hearts of the sin they commit. I want to remind each and every one of us that the way out of this crisis, of any crisis, is a way to be found inside of us. It's a path that has been prepared by divine intelligence, which is being so neglected in our modern times. But that's not proof that this divine intelligence doesn't exist. I speak from experience of many decades where I faced many a crisis, most of them economical. And I received solutions by boldly following my intuition, my heart, by courageously accepting the challenges and holding on to the principles of truth, nonviolence, peace, righteousness, and love. This crisis God allows, although He's not the originator of it. He is fully in charge of our rescue. And the rescue plan He has already mapped out. And I strongly believe that the Divine Mother, the Divine Father is waiting for each and every one of us to tap into His divine grace, into her divine wisdom, and to embrace the guidance and He might lead us in different directions adapted to the circumstances we find ourselves in. The medicine prescribed is different from case to case. The help provided will come in different shapes and forms, suited for the emergency situations that accrued. If we wish to transform our current crisis, we must start to take our own divinity seriously and stop behaving like this divinity is a myth. The truth is, we are living in a nightmare right now due to the neglect of moral and ethical standards, even and especially in the field of medicine and the business of pharma, in the money creation business. Yes, these three forces need to be transformed by divine intelligence, by divine wisdom. And we need to pray that God will change the hearts and minds of those that currently seem to run the show, openly or covertly. I am an optimist by design. I am fearless with all the fear that surrounds me and the timidness that overwhelms me at times. I was not born to be fearful, other than the fear of sin. My many adventures on this planet, this beloved mothership, have taught me beautiful lessons, especially when the going was rough. I invite all of us to pray more fervently, more sincerely, more selflessly, more lovingly, and with the deepest surrender possible. And out of that prayerful energy, with that prayerful attitude, new vistas will open up, new opportunities will emerge, new solutions will be found to beat not just this virus called COVID-19, but also to overcome an even more deadly virus that we are all affected with: our selfishness, our ego-driven madness, our emotional violent outbursts, our narrow-minded selfishness. These are viruses that we need to overcome by the power of love. I bless you all, and I wish that we all succeed in creating this transformation, in allowing this divine transformation to take place in the here and now. Namaste.